on to episode 29 after a few episodes of not recording voiceovers.
Watch out for Legion assassins. Fuckers pop up at the worst times.
Now, I don't know if he's programmed to say that, around the places where they're gonna pop up, but it seems like whenever he does say it, they do in fact pop up, so I wanted to err on the side of they're gonna pop up. Also, the previous episode, I do think I put a warning in the title that said, audio warning, because the audio in the last one was fucked. I tried doing some things that I read online and watched online about to improve the audio quality, and just didn't work. Made it worse. So this time around, I did my normal stuff, but I paid more attention to certain audio levels. And I'm also changing up how I record my audio to see if that helps. So, if my audio in this episode is a bit fucked, we know why. Experimenting with things. Also, just noticed that I hadn't put the armor back on my character. Also, this episode, I believe, is going to be one of the shortest ones. I cut it down from roughly an hour and 4 minutes to only 20 minutes. So, a reduction of 1/3. Or would it be 2/3? What would that be considered? By factor of a third?
You like that?
So I think reducing by a third would just result in 2/3 left over. Yeah? Anyway, it's
Got one.
I reduced it down to a third of its original content. Also,
To mess with me.
there was a lot of off-screen stuff I had to do, and I also cut out a bunch that was on-screen as well, but I wasn't quite sure how to start a certain mod, and turns out that the start of the mod was changed from how...
Damn, you are a clumsy ass.
Mouthy little shit. So, yeah, I'll point out when that happens, but off-screen, I used the TCL command to do no clip and just go through shit, because I was just like, where the fuck is the note? Turns out, the Penance, or whatever it is, quest, is the way to do it now for the Death Last Whisper mod. So, yeah. That's what I thought it was from a different mod entirely, by the same mod author, Riku I think is their name. But yeah, I'm not quite sure why I kept this part in. I think it's mostly because of the fact that fucking Randall was talking, and I was like, I don't remember this area. Then again, I've only done her companion quest once. I'm not huge into Veronica. Also, I have been playing Fallout 4 on my own, just to pass the time during the day. I'm doing a melee build like in this.
Damn, you are a clumsy ass.
This motherfucker.
Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. The pulse gun. Although, maybe the rangefinder could work too. And it looks like the NCR was onto some miracle farming technology. Electromagnetic weapon from before the Great War. Experimental. It never saw mass production. But they were building it as a countermeasure to power armor, which they feared the Chinese were developing. Supposedly a prototype was being housed at Nellis. Imagine what it could do to the Brotherhood. We'd be on equal footing with any idiot with a gun. More or less. Supposedly it's a vegetation enhancer. NCR has a science branch headquartered at McCarran Airport. Guess they found something. Guess somebody wasn't very good at keeping secrets either. We'd never pursue it because it's not a weapon, but self-sufficiency is fundamental to us. If it works, they'd see the value of an alternate course. It's a targeting device for some kind of doomsday weapon based at Helios 1. It was lost sometime after the war. We held Helios 1 for a time. Lost a lot of people defending it. Too many. all for this weapon they never got working. If it turns out to be a dud, it'd show how flawed our goals have been. Father Elijah said he thinks a scavenger might have sold it on the strip. Ah, hell. Well, how could you know, right? Okay, 2 other options still on the table.
I wonder what she would say if you were with her at the time when you did that. But I typically always do that quest anyway before I even get to New Vegas.
Yeah, maybe they'll think twice about engaging the NCR if they know one of those could be floating around. The notes say to look around Nellis Air Force Base. He suggests going through filing cabinets and computers in the commanding officer's quarters. I like the way you think.
Also, it turns out that if you bring... Okay, so... Originally, in earlier versions of this, of the way to start the quest, there was a note on the table and binoculars, and you had to follow this one lady's trail. No note. So I ended up trying to no-clip and see if it, like, went through the floor. And then I uninstalled the entire mod and the mods associated with it, reinstalled them all in correct order, that took an extra hour. So yeah, recording this episode was a fucking doozy. But yeah, also, it turns out that if you bring Arcade with you, he can impact
Watch
the
out
quest.
for Legion assassins.
Lucky old son.
Fuckers pop up at the worst times.
Because of what he just said, I'm like super paranoid about them. And then I remember that there's the one fucker up here. Also, I don't know if it was because of the way that I implemented stuff, but yeah, I could have sworn that the way to get the quest was still through the normal method. Because wasn't there a building here? Because that was the building that she would be in, the one lady you're tracking. She ends up dead when you tracked her in the original one, and you can avenge her by killing the bounty hunters. But yeah, I swear, in this Let's Play earlier, there was a building here. But now you can find her up here, which was close to where we just were. Seemingly where the Vipers were before. Or the ants? Cazadors?
You don't appear to be organized enough to be with those other guys. Get up here, before they regroup. Wait! They're back. Prepare yourself!
I didn't make the connection that this was who I thought she was. I thought she was just some random lady.
Aha!
I don't know how expressive I am when I finally realize in the game. But yeah, this is Lucy from that mod. Also, this is a nice little thing. I've never done this before, so I kept in the combat even though they're just generic enemies. Seeing as how much effort they're putting into putting her down, it kind of gives a hint as to how dangerous she is, which is really nice. Also, the robots that she has on hand, another great hint.
I'm hit!
I believe there's some updated dialogue from the NPCs from the mod itself, the ones that aren't her. So I'm wondering about if their dialogue is updated to reflect this shit. But yeah, fucking Fallout 4 is just nowhere near as enjoyable. You swing so fucking slowly in Fallout 4. Even with just a one-handed weapon, it's still slow as shit. People tried talking about Fallout 4 like, oh, but the melee builds are so much better because there's designated perks that make the gameplay better. And I'm just like, what? You mean like Blitz so you can just... That's further away?
Over here.
Look out!
Because even in vanilla New Vegas, the perks are still enough to make melee very viable. I just wanted additional ones because I've never done a melee build, and I just wanted to make sure that it's, you know, more feasible. Especially since I have a lot of mods that are that has some degree of difficulty to them. bunch of companions only go so far. Also, I do end up switching out Annabelle for the grenade launcher. I was debating never using the grenade launcher, just because, yeah, she was just talking about how it could have turned out so much worse.
I was starting to regret sending that radio message out, because it might just attract more bad attention. Honestly, I thought I was going to die for a moment there. But I'm alive, and I have you to thank for it. My name is Lucy. I'm a doctor. Of sorts. A little. And I am currently on the run from bounty hunters, it would appear. You could argue that I had it coming.
I find it funny that, like Veronica, she's part of she's an ex-member of an organization.
I was attempting to scavenge electrical equipment from my home, or town. Not sure what to call it. I tried Helios 1, but the NCR wouldn't let me in. Went to the 188, but nobody there had anything useful to say. Actually, it wasn't a complete waste. Somebody gave me a recipe for lasagna. I have it written down somewhere. Anyways, Vegas is a war zone with all the fiends causing havoc, so I went around and ended up near here. I intended to take parts from that power station down the road when I started taking fire and fled. Which leads to now.
Maybe I fucked up reinstalling and the station's gone.
Well, it's called The Last Whisper. It's a decent place. Very safe. A tad too dark, but there are some nice people there. Damn it, I forgot to get Magdalena a souvenir. I'll have to write that down.
But unlike Veronica, she doesn't immediately tell you.
Well, that is complicated. I was highly confused at first, but I think I know why now. Actually, it's better if I don't tell you.
Like, she doesn't immediately tell you what group she's a part of, like, just immediate.
Of course! Obviously, you were going to want a reward after I said there would be one. I don't actually have anything on me to give you, but if you were to travel with me to Prim, then I could pay you back as I said. It's a bit of a trek, but we should be...
I think she's blonde.
Not
I only came up here. I only came up here with the night vision on, I think. So I didn't get to see her real hair color. But I feel like she's blonde.
Hey!
Lisa the Huntress. But yeah, fucking Veronica just like almost immediately is like, oh yeah, I'm part of a fucking tech worshipping cult. Pretty much within minutes of meeting you. Now, I tried to unspeed this little... the last 5 seconds were sped up. I tried to not have it be sped up, but... You know... Fucking shortcut through fucking bitch fit. So it was either the... And here's the comet burst, I believe fully automatic. Flare gun. I'm writing, you can read this yourself. I don't think I have enough time to read it all. I believe, yeah, she mentions that she's part of the Enclave in this. The note is different than before. She left another, like, you follow her diary and all that. I should make some turbo. Also, yeah, I don't know if it's because of the physics or what, but
Well,
Cthulhu...
it's such a lovely day.
got off of where he
Just
was.
say the words and we'll be the first out to walk. Go, bitch.
And here's the gun that she had, the Pop, I believe? I want to say it's silenced or something on the front. It might be a... fuck, what do you call them? Not a compositor. Not a compressor. I think it's a C word, and not cunt. Yeah, a unique hunting rifle right there. Compensator? And here you can check out the Comet Burst. Let's see, gun compensator. And here's the L-96, I believe it was. The Arctic Warfare, or the Glacial Warfare, is the nickname it's been given. Okay, a muzzle brake or recoil compensator. Okay, yeah, it is the Arctic Warfare. And since I'm swapping out to the grenade launcher, you can check out Annabelle in the Viewy Glory with its two thingies. Oh yeah, grenade launcher. I was kind of debating not getting it since another YouTuber already uses it as one of his primary weapons, but then I was like, fuck it. I'm trying to be a bit different from the YouTubers that I watch. And here you can look at the modifications for this here gun. So not a whole lot happened in this episode. Just some Veronica stuff, the stuff with Lucy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna upgrade her grease.
Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a...
Grease lightning? So she can fist even faster. Like, it's fast already. Like, it's fast as shit. But it can go faster. What is her companion perk?
Where's Easy Pete? I always liked John with that old fart.
Yeah. I can't wait to have Veronica fist the shit out of me. Her last name's Sant'Angelo. Or Santa Angelo.
Ooh, got something good for me?
I tried pronouncing
Is it a dress?
better, but the page is frozen. I'm trying to look it up. Let's see, what gun is this one? Oh yeah, this is the G36. Okay. Yeah, it's a nice gun. I like to see a lot. That's always fun to see in games. The long barrel's the only one that this one is getting, because I don't really have a reason to have it be silenced. Though it could just be cool, you know. Cool
I
to
think
have.
I've got some room.
Yeah, pretty much just equipping the boys now. Unfortunately, the Mare Lake doesn't have any modifications for it, but it's fairly strong. I'll eventually upgrade him to using the medicine stick. I actually really like Raoul as a companion. Although he kind of does tolerate the Legion, which is kind of a no-no.
I'm sure you'll be fair and equitable, boss. I'm sure you'll be fair and equitable,
And he
boss.
should be solid on ammo for basically a long time. Anyway,
Sure
I'm
thing.
gonna cut it here, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.